Alright, what's up, y'all? I haven't made a video in I don't know how long, but today we're going to discuss God's existence, right? Because there's still a lot of people in this world that still believe in evolution, which doesn't make sense to me, right? But let me tell y'all why evolution does not make sense, right? So evolution says the universe began with an explosion. So you're telling me an explosion caused those trees out there, bro? That doesn't make sense, right? But if we literally look in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1, it says God created the heavens and the earth, right? So creation, which is this, came from creation itself, the creator, right? Creation cannot come from destruction. Huh? How does that make sense? Like, it just doesn't, it doesn't make sense. The trees, this Bible, these shoes, these beds, like, that doesn't come from an explosion. Okay, explosions destroy things. They don't create things. And evolution goes completely contrary to what the Bible says, right? Evolution says explosion happened. Well, an explosion didn't happen, right? Because evolution is the world's way of saying, that's like the world's way of saying, like, the world doesn't need God, because that's like the it's also the world's way of saying, you know, God doesn't exist, which we know he does. But again, that's what happens when you listen to the world, because that's what the world is saying, but it's not true, right? So let's look at a verse, right? So this verse right here, Hebrews chapter 1. It's in Hebrews chapter 1, verses 10, right? It says, "In the beginning, O Lord, you laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are at the work of your hands." Right? So when we look at that, we can see and we can know that there's a creator, right? There was a beginning. So the creator was not created because he was already there. Don't ask me how, I don't know. Like, our brains cannot comprehend that, because God literally lives in a reality that we can't, like, that we can't process. It's not possible for us to. And quite literally, we're not supposed to understand it, because he's in a realm that we can't even comprehend, right? He's God, right? But even if the universe started out as nothing, like, it was just completely blackness, like the color black was just everywhere. Well, the blackness got there somehow. Obviously, somebody created that blackness. So no matter how far back you go in time, the answer is always creation. What do you need for creation? A creator. You need a creator. And that creator is God. Just like it says in the Bible, Genesis chapter 1, verses 1. God created the heavens and the earth. Okay? God created everything. He is the first. Like I said, he's the first and he's the last. Right? The beginning and the end. Okay? So all this evolution stuff, it don't even make sense. Okay? Because I just explained why it don't make sense. How is a tree gonna grow from an explosion? What? Like, huh? That don't even make sense. Bro, stop listening to this evolution stuff. No, ain't no more of that. Okay? It don't make sense. Alright? God is number one. He is always. And he will always and forever be the creator and the first and the last. Okay? And nobody can get to God without going through Jesus first. So, I love y'all though.